Welcome back to the Modern Warfare 2 Online Pro Circuit Live, brought to you by PlayStation 3. We're watching the losers finals right now, the playoffs to get pro status here in the top 16 teams. And tonight we've got Rush taking on Next Threat. It's been a matchup so far as Rush was able to come out the gates early on in game one to take a 2-1 win on Capture the Flag High Rise. Hastr0, what were you seeing that was looking impressive on the side of Rush?
Oh, Rush has used great teamwork right there. And at the end of the game, they used a great strategy. They had their flag taken away and managed to pick up a couple quick kills and actually pull the other team's flag. And instead of going after the flag, they're up 2-1. They don't need to. They actually escorted the other team's flag with their player back into their base and held it. So that was a great strategy by them. I thought that was just a really smart play, and it worked out for them in the end.
Yeah, they played aggressive. We got to listen in to Rush early on, and the communication lines were effective. The nice thing that I liked about it is they stayed on everybody. No one got too relaxed in that entire conversation, even when they did go up 2-1. So I got to give props to Rush for commanding the entire situation early on High Rise Capture the Flag. Moving in now, we've got Karachi Search and Destroy, a very different game than Capture the Flag. What are we going to see from these two guys? What does Next Threat have to do to even up the series?
Well, Karachi is one of my favorite maps on the pro circuit right now. Both teams are going to either go on a rush early on or they're going to play it standoff. And it's just really hard to tell coming into this next series on Karachi Search on what a team's going to do. You're probably going to see a lot of B rush, and that's going to be a really, really awesome part of this game type. You're going to see a lot of gunfights at B pretty quick.
All right, right on. Well, guys, this is game two. Rush won game one, so we're kicking it off right now in Search and Destroy Karachi. Let's take a look at our bottom team and go to the Seals. Top team's going to be Next Threat, but let's check out the bottom team with Team Rush and see what these guys are doing. I mean, they were taking care of business game one, so I'd like to watch them. Who do you want to watch on Team Rush, Hastr0? All right, Hastr0, he just dropped out. Don't worry about it, guys. We'll get him back in the call here in a second. We've got Search and Destroy here. We're going to have the player cam on repping. He's sitting still, just got a nice eye on B. Great little spot there. Nightmare, as you see, he's hanging out as well, making sure nobody sweeps around. No flanks, going to take it easy. This is Search and Destroy defense. Remember, guys, one death, so you got to play this game different, much different. Take a very steady approach. Cannot be running and gunning like the other two game types on the MLG circuit. Moving to Jigga, he's taking some shots. Not sure where it was coming from, and he's going to move to a little bit less of a open exposed position as he takes cover and prone position. Moving over to Kalani. These guys are all taking it easy. The thing about Search and Destroy, usually patience, good communication, and some decent gun skill will always win the game for you. That is very important on Search and Destroy, and the problem you'll see with some people is getting antsy, getting a little bit too quick with their movements, stepping out of line. So you're going to see Rush make sure they stay steady, and Next Threat going to go with the pace with the bomb, whether it's moving fast or they're going to try to keep it slow, kind of draw out the ADHD. I'll tell you what, it was always something. I am terrible when it comes to Search and Destroy. Waiting around, I get too antsy. It's just me. Kalani's taking some shots right now. Gets hit from behind. He's coming over by B right now. Not sure where he's going. He might have swept around behind the bus. He's got to take it easy with the 55 seconds on the clock. Nightmare takes out Ryu. Kryptonite follows up on Kalani. You're going to see a lot of umps on this shot. Search and Destroy, medium-sized map. You're going to put the ACRs a little bit away. You're going to see a lot of ump FMJ going on in this map. Looking at the situation right now, we've got Nightmare and Jigga for Team Rush going against Kryptonite, Vengeance, and Impulse. So it is a 3v2 situation here. Shots fired on Jigga, doesn't get taken out, but Nightmare takes out Vengeance. So now it is a level 2-2. Kryptonite and Impulse for Next Threat going against Nightmare and Jigga, but I'm sorry. Jigga gets taken out by Kryptonite. 15 seconds on the clock. Next Threat, they either have to eliminate Nightmare or plant the bomb as he gets a kill on Kryptonite. And a nice shot with the Rafika. Look at this. Can we get a little round-winning kill action?
Switching sides. We got the bomb. Toss the stun grenade. that round, but it's not over yet. Get ready for the next one. Switching sides.
A little bit slow. 2 minutes, 17 seconds on the clock. Again, they're on defense. They've got all 4 of their guys as Vengeance gets taken out. Ryu and Kryptonite are left along with Impulse. Impulse's time to shine now as one of the all-star players. He needs to step back up into it. So we'll see what he can do here. Reppin just hanging low. Nightmare hanging out, Kalani hanging out. They're actually in the same position as they were in defensive round one. Reppin has switched up a little bit instead of moving through the market. He is looking out on the top here, keeping an eye on A. His Nightmare is keeping an eye on B. And Kalani is also watching B, making sure nobody cuts through the middle through bus. He's got Marathon Lightweight on, which is really an unusual class. In Search and Destroy, we certainly see people rock it out, get to a position quick, and then change classes real quick. Not what we're seeing right now, though. I don't know. It's a brave man that's got Marathon to get a kill that's going there, but we'll see if he can pull something off there. Rush, you know, the series is tied 1-1, but, you know, Nightmare is the only one that's pulling his weight right now for his team. He's coming up big. We got to see something from Reppin, Jigga, and Kalani step it up here. Whoever sways in this round, I think we need to switch over the player camera too. So 1-1 right now. I'm interested to see what happens here. If we can see an aggressive next threat come in here. All we've got right now is Kryptonite and Impulse. And it looks like Nightmare's got someone in scopes, takes him out. Nice shot by Nightmare on Kryptonite with the ACR red dot. And now Impulse is in a 3v1 situation. He either is going to come up big here, or Rush is going to be able to close this up and take a 2-1 Search and Destroy series lead here. Nightmare's taking shots. Not sure really where it was from. He sprays. He sees somebody in there. Gonna wait it out. Not sure who that was, but he's gonna chase after him. Nightmare getting a little bit aggressive right now. Why not when you're in a 3v1 situation? Can't blame the guy. And 18 seconds left on the clock. All they gotta do is play. So playing smart here is key. And I can't imagine that Impulse is gonna do anything right here. It's a hard situation, and unless he's got bomb in his planning as we speak, it looks like Rush is going to get it, but he does take out Kalani. Maybe just a little bit of pride points there, but it's not going to do anything as Rush is able to take a 2-1 lead in the series. Remember, guys, Rush 1-2-1 on Capture the Flag in Game 1. So they're coming out the gates, taking that lead right now. Let's see what they can do here on bomb. If they can get a commanding 3-1 lead here on Search and Destroy, that'll be great for them to just kind of break away from next threat, because next threat has the ability to kind of take you out at any given moment, and Impulse seems to have risen from the dead and takes out, I believe, took out Nightmare, which is a crucial player to take out for Rush. You got to remember, guys, Nightmare is the only guy on the team that's got more than 1 kill. Reppin' his guy is just rolling a donut like a sack of spuds, 0-2, and everybody on next threat got on the board. So it's going to be time for Reppin' to quit sitting back here, get aggressive, and get a kill here, help out, contribute to the team, and take that series 3-1 lead here. Everybody's alive on next threat right now, so we're looking at a 3v4.
Yeah, I'm back in here, Fwiz. It looks like Reppin just missed out, but he's coming in at 0-2. The rest of Rush really isn't doing too much either, but yeah, I mean, they have a 2-1 lead, but it looks like Nightmare is really doing the work for that team right now. On the other side, Kryptonite is doing a lot for his team. Reppin just got a big kill right there on Kryptonite. Looks like they just did a lot to bring their team back. Now we're in a 2v2 situation.
Yeah, Reppin, I think I was giving a little bit of flack on the broadcast. You know, he was rolling a donut. He finally got on the board here. It's Kalani and Reppin versus Ryu and Vengeance, a nice 2v2. And it's time for Vengeance and Ryu to either come up big, tie this series, or Kalani and Reppin come up big for their team and break away here on Search and Destroy. Moving slow. Think about rushes. They got to take out the other team or get the bomb, but Vengeance takes out Reppin. And now Kalani is all alone for Team Rush. And next threat seems to be swaying back. Nice shot by Kalani on Vengeance, a little passing by. Nice little baby drop shot there just to take him out. 37 seconds left on the clock. He sees him in his sights, doesn't get him. He might have got a shot on him. I didn't see hit markers there, but he's got to move quick. cannot sit back. He doesn't have that luxury. So either grabbing the bomb, making a play, and I suggest going A, get that nice little interesting jump there, hop back out. I'm telling you, you should go A. I think my mindset, if I was next to Brett Ryu, he's going to be sitting back thinking that he's got to chase, given the circumstances. 12 seconds left on the clock. You've got to plan it. Remember, guys, 7.5 seconds to get the plan off. He doesn't get it in time, and Ryu just throws a a stun to the face.
I don't even know how that really killed him right there, but... Oh, man. He didn't seem like he was weak at all. That one stun just, like, gave it to him. I don't know if I've really ever seen that, but what a good kill.
Ryu and his baby soft skin gets taken out by the stun grenade. Let's switch sides here. His next threat ties the series up 2-2. Let's switch it over and watch a little bit of next threat. See what they got going for him right now.
Yeah, I mean, he really should have tried to make an effort to plant that bomb a little bit faster last round, but unfortunately he didn't, and he was in that position to make sure he tried to plant. Just caught a stun to the face. But yeah, let's see what next threat's doing right now.
So talking about Rush, you know, I'm surprised. Okay, so it's 2-2 right now. You got next threat. They're pretty even across the board as far as everyone equally contributing. And Rush, you've just got Nightmare and Kalani that combined have 9 kills. And on the bottom half of Team Rush, you got Reppin and Jigga with a combined 2. I mean, Nightmare and Kalani, got to give them props so far because they've been keeping their guys in this game so far, coming up big. And for next threat, you look at it, Kryptonite and Vengeance, they do have 10 kills, but Impulse and Ryu seem to, they might be on the men here coming up, trying to contribute even more so to their team. It's interesting, and Impulse is, I'm a little disappointed with his performance here, game 1, game 2. He was our all-star that came up huge against Dominant, so I'm surprised he hasn't, you know, maybe it's just taking a little bit more to ignite, but he does get a kill right there to get his 3rd kill on Search and Destroy, so maybe I'm giving a little bit too hard of a time right now.
Yeah, it looks like next threat is doing pretty well on the scoreboard at the moment. It's a 2v3 situation for Rush. They only have 2 men up, Nightmare and Reppin. Next threat has the advantage on this side. You know, Impulse came in as the MVP last time he made an appearance on the MLG Pro live stream, and he's not doing too much in the past 2 rounds. So I really think he's going to pick it up at some point. He just gets... He's coming in at 3-3 right now. He's usually doing the work, and Ryu just got cleaned up. So 2v1 for Rush right now.
Certainly you can attest to this, especially in the losers finals. It's important that everybody steps up to the plate. You gotta be able to come through when another guy's not doing too well, and that's what next threat seems to be able to do in the search and destroy. As I'm not sure Kryptonite picks up another kill here because he was in a 2v1 situation, and now it's just Reppin, who's been fairly ineffective for Team Rush, and Kryptonite's hot. He's just running and gunning with the ACR.
Oh!
Takes down Reppin, just gets nasty and aggressive, and that's what I like to see. No fear in him in a 2v1 situation. Just rushes Reppin and seems to be a little flustered right now. That was just smart play by Kryptonite to go ahead and take next threat up into the Search and Destroy series lead 3-2. And that was huge here. Now they're going to be switching sides on defense. They're going to have the luxury of sitting back, getting in a position here, and see if they're going to be able to close this up strong, Hastro.
Yeah, Kryptonite just did some really big work right there. He really put his team on his back and on his shoulders, and I like that little jump shot he did at the end there. It's like he almost exactly knew where Kryptonite was sitting. It was Reppin. He knew exactly where Reppin was right there. It was a good play.
Jigga for Team Rush, he gets taken out again, guys, and he is 1-6. Don't like to call anybody out, but he has been absolutely ineffective for Team Rush. And Impulse gets taken out right there, followed up by another kill. This has just been, it gets real quiet, and all of a sudden the Hurricane comes in and just kills are exchanged left and right. So all of a sudden we see Ryu, the last man standing, going against Nightmare, and this is a big matchup because Nightmare has been dominant so far in Search and Destroy and just absolutely slaying cats, and Ryu's been 2-3 compared to Nightmare's 8-3. So I have to think that Ryu's probably not fist pumping here and is shaking in his boots a little bit. And I think Nightmare is going to be coming in real aggressive here, even being down 3-2, knowing that this round win for next threat could change the circumstances of this game, Hashra.
Yeah.
Well,
Nightmare is pushing kind of in the same place where Ryu is. We see Ryu on our player cam right now, and he's at the top of the staircase. Nightmare is just below the staircase right now.
Hastr0. About to be right now.
Oh,
and
right.
Ryu comes up big with a headshot on Nightmare to take game 2. Let's watch it on the kill cam. He was able to come through here, and if he wasn't fist pumping before, you know he is now, as Nightmare, although he was big all game for his team, was not able to get the kill there coming up the steps, and all of a sudden the series is now tied after game 2, Next Threat winning 4-2 when you saw Rush win game 1 2-1 on Capture the Flag. This was a big game, Hastr0. Let's check out the scoreboard right now, see who our big players were in this game. Again, we were talking to them throughout the broadcast, but Kryptonite and Vengeance for Next Threat, they were the difference makers for the 3-round wins there, but Ryu ultimately in the 1v1 situation was able to capitalize and get that 4-round win. On the other side, we see Team Rush, Nightmare just taking care of business, but was not able to tie it and put it in overtime, but that's okay. Hastr0, what were you thinking about these two guys, and what was some of the nice things you saw from Next Threat and Rush at the end of this Search and Destroy game?
I really liked Nightmare's playing style, even though he couldn't really close it out in the end, but he posted the game high 8 kills, and that's always huge. If you can take out, 2-1 on the other side, that's big. He went 8 and 4, so 2 kills for every one of his deaths, but unfortunately, he just wasn't able to close it out as Ryu kind of came up big in the end with his 3 kills and finished it off for Next Threat.